Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be looking at r/BestofRedditorUpdates, and this OP is eloping, brother's in prison, it's all going on. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening to today, then please do stick around and enjoy. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Okay, so this one was shared into the subreddit by Lucy Aria Rose, and the title is Final Update. I'm eloping on Friday because my family wants us to delay the wedding until my brother gets released from prison. Obviously, Lucy Aria Rose, not the original poster. The original poster is on the screen, and it was originally posted into r/true off my chest. So there are a few trigger warnings, and I will give them to you now so you can decide if you want to stay or if you would prefer to not listen to this one. So the trigger warnings are for child death due to negligence, and then manslaughter. Mood spoiler, bittersweet. So, originally posted June 29th, 2025. So the original title was, I'm eloping on Friday because my family wants us to delay the wedding until my brother gets released from prison. We don't want to wait, so we are just going to the courthouse by ourselves. Ever since I got engaged a month ago, my parents, my brother, and some of my other family have been pressuring us to wait to get married until my brother is released from prison. My M29 fiancé F29 and I plan to have the wedding in November. My brother will be in prison for at least another 5 years. There is no guarantee he will be released then. That is just the earliest he could be released. My brother went to prison over my nephew's death. My brother and his wife were convicted of manslaughter because the law required everyone on the boat to wear a life jacket, and my nephew wasn't wearing one. His death destroyed my entire family. Oh, that's really sad. I don't want to wait another 5 years, and neither does my fiancé. No, I don't blame you. Asking you to wait maybe a year, okay, I would be like, I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that, these things are going on, but it's a bit more of a reasonable ask. 5 years is ridiculous. We have been together for 3 years and are ready now. I know my brother going to prison was hard on everyone, including me. I have missed him being around for so many years. I thought if I talked to my brother, he would be understanding and tell everyone to stop pressuring us. But instead, he got mad at me for wanting to get married while he was in prison. After that, my fiancé and I decided that we are just going to go to the courthouse on Friday by ourselves. No one in her family will care if we elope, and honestly, we are done with the pressure. We aren't going to tell anyone until afterwards. Neither of us care about having a big wedding, and I am so tired of everyone telling us to wait until my brother gets out. I don't care if anyone is angry with us. I honestly don't. Honestly, I'd save you a bunch of money too. The more I hear about weddings, the more of a massive headache they sound. The money, the pressure from family to do this, that, and the third. Who do we invite? Who do we leave out? Because we can't afford to invite everyone, and someone's going to be mad they got left out. And if you have a bridal party and, groomsmen, someone's going to feel left out if they don't get asked to be a bridesmaid or a groomsman. Oh my goodness, it all sounds like such a ball ache. And yeah, I am just so glad that I can never see a marriage in my future. Because if I ever did meet someone and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to marry this person, I think I would do the same. Just nip on down to the registry office, crack it out there and then, job's a good one, done. Not only that, but I also can't stand being the centre of attention with everyone looking at me. So I don't think I'd make it down an aisle, full of family and friends anyway. I'd do a runaway bride and skedaddle. Some of OOP's comments. In response to a downvoted commenter, but I liked OOP's response. I said right in post that my brother going to prison has been hard on me and that I've missed having him around during all the years he's been in prison. I don't condone what he did, and I'm upset that he wants me to delay the wedding, but I am allowed to have more than one feeling about something. You have no idea what you're talking about. Commenter. Edit. Alternatively, see if an off-site video visit would be possible during any events, so that the brother can feel like they're part of the family even though they're doing time. Edit 2. If you really want to be absurd with this, have someone do the actual ceremony inside the jail during a visit so the brother can at least watch. I wouldn't be doing any of that, no way. Because then you're just making it all about the brother. The brother did something and made a decision that ended in something terrible happening, and yes, where I am certain that they did not want that to happen and they would never have wanted something like that to happen. It's common sense that if you're on a boat, you wear life jackets, you know? So their neglecting safety ended in a absolute tragedy, and where I'm sure that it wasn't meant to, it doesn't mean that they are to blame any less, unfortunately. And he needs to realise that because of his actions, he will have to miss out on things. It's just like, yeah, no, the brother's being absolutely absurd, completely. The things he's asking is ridiculous. And it's kind of like he's like, but it should all be about me. Everything needs to revolve around me. Like, mate, take several seats. Like, no, this should only ever be about the couple and what's best for them. OOP, neither of those would be allowed under the prison rules and policies. There is absolutely no chance. And I wouldn't have my wedding inside a prison anyways. I don't blame you. Top comment, ChipChop666, your family is really entitled. The world isn't waiting for your brother to get out of prison. Your entire family is insane for thinking that you had to wait. Obviously, brother didn't ask permission to do his crimes, so him getting upset that you're living your life is ridiculous. Precisely. Update post July 6th, 2025, 1 week later. I just want to say how much I appreciate the supportive comments in my first post. My wife and I did go to the courthouse on Friday, just the two of us. We, F29 and M29, didn't tell a single person beforehand. We spent Friday and yesterday at home together. Today, my wife and I both went to work. We called her parents and her sisters to tell them, and then we called my parents. After that, we emailed or messaged some other family and friends. Everyone in her family understood why we eloped. My family, not so much. What a surprise. But I don't care after the way they acted. Absolutely. My brother and his wife have been in prison for several years already, and the earliest they could be released is the year 2030. They are in prison for manslaughter because of my nephew's death. The law requires everyone on the boat to wear a life jacket. No one on board, including my toddler nephew, was wearing one. My brother and sister-in-law were both convicted of manslaughter after my nephew died. My wife and I didn't want to wait 5 years to get married. Also, prison rules wouldn't allow for my brother to watch a live stream or see a video later on. We didn't want to have a vow renewal or reception after my brother gets out. We don't see a need to have another ceremony or to delay our reception. We have been clear to everyone we know that we don't want another ceremony or to have a reception or party now or later. We don't think that there's anything wrong with the focus being on the couple on their wedding day and not the guests. That is literally what a marriage is supposed to be. The focus should be on the couple. And sometimes that means that accepting that the couple don't want to do a traditional wedding. You know, being married and getting married is about two people. And that is it. And that is the bride and the groom. And everyone needs to shut up and stop acting like they're important. Because they're not in this situation. The couple's wants and needs are the only thing that's important. I absolutely hate what my brother did, and I was angry at him for a long time. My nephew was a toddler, and I think about him all the time and what he would be like now. I also miss my brother being around, and this tragedy and my brother going to jail has been difficult for everyone in my family, including me. It doesn't mean I can't be angry at my brother for how he acted about my wedding, but outside of that, I still do miss my brother. I don't regret eloping though. Friday was the best day and I love my wife. We have no regrets about our courthouse wedding. Aw, that's so cute. And congrats, obviously. Big congrats. One of OOP's comments, commenter, I'm truly sorry about your family situation and I admire your decision to prioritise your happiness. One of OOP's comments, commenter, I'm truly sorry about your family situation, and I admire your decision to prioritise your happiness. It's understandable that you didn't want to wait, and it's great that you found a way to make it work for the both of you. OOP, thank you. I thought I would feel guilty about eloping and not telling my family about it, but I don't. My wife and I are happy and have no guilt about any of it. So, new update post, July 26th, 2025, 20 days later, 1 month from the original post. Title: Last update. I'm eloping on Friday because my family wants us to delay the wedding until my brother gets released from prison. We don't want to wait, so we are just going to the courthouse by ourselves. Editor's note, I removed the recap. Cool, thank you. No one in my wife's family was upset. Her parents, her sisters, and everyone else is happy for us. My family is different. My brother, in prison, my mother, my father, my other brother, and the rest of my family are upset. My brother refused to see me when I went to the prison to visit him after I got married. He doesn't want to speak on the phone. He is upset that I got married without him there. But my wife and I didn't want to wait to get married. If my brother was not released in 2030, we would have to wait even longer. We also did not want to have our wedding to be taken over by my brother if he was just released from prison. I don't think that there is anything wrong with a couple wanting to have the attention on them when they get married. No, of course not. And not someone else. We didn't want to have a reception later on either. Also, I know it might be hard for some people to understand, but I still do love my brother even after what he did. I am angry at him for what happened and I miss my nephew. Both things are possible to feel at the same time. I understand he should be in prison. My other brother has 2 sons. My nephew who died was the first grandchild in my family, and we all miss him so much. It ruined my family. My whole family, my parents and my brothers are still really upset. I am not really speaking with them and not speaking with my brother in prison at all. I don't care what they think though, and I wouldn't change my wedding. The way I see it is I think that the reason his family are so annoyed about all this is because it's a denial thing, isn't it? They don't want to have to face the reality that the brother's in prison and what that means and what he did to be there. And obviously the brother not being at the wedding just really solidifies how much he is missing out on, and that he really is there, and that he really did do those things. So in a way I can sympathize on the way that the family are feeling, because they're probably feeling really upset and they probably don't even realize that that is why. And they're just putting everything on the OP and, you know, using them as a scapegoat for their emotions basically. But yeah, it doesn't make a difference though. They still need to realise that they are not the ones who are important. They are acting entitled and they need to back off. My wife and I are happy. I won't be posting any more updates because this is over now. I wanted to thank everyone who was supportive in the comments. Also, I got comments and messages accusing me of lying because the day we eloped was an American holiday. But my country doesn't celebrate whatever American holiday it was. It was a normal day here. I hope my English was well enough in all my posts that everything makes sense. I love that, you know, when you see things, especially on Reddit, and you see it on TikTok a lot as well, where people are like, you're lying because we don't do this in America. And it's like, dear America, there are other countries and they work in their own special ways. I saw one post, when was it? It was ages ago, at least over a year. And it was something along the lines of, this woman was in the UK or somewhere. I swear it was the UK. It might not have been. It could have been Ireland as well. I'm not sure. Anyway, she was fuming because no one was celebrating the 4th of July. Like, that's not a holiday for us. It's not a thing. Isn't the 4th of July American Independence Day? I'm going to look a right twat now if I've got that wrong. Oh, Google. Let me just check before I make myself seem very stupid. I say seem like it's not true. What is 4th of July? Yeah, Independence Day. Okay, I'm not as thick as I thought I was. But yeah, she was like proper going on and having a little hissy fit because no one else was doing any 4th of July celebrations. It's like, because we don't do that. That's just an American thing. Okay, so down in the comments, Gwynazin quotes the OP saying, "Ever since I got engaged a month ago, my parents, my brother, and some of my other family have been pressuring us to wait to get married until my other brother is released from prison. My M29 fiance, F29, and I plan to have the wedding in November. My brother will be in prison for at least another 5 years. There is no guarantee that he will be released then. That is just the earliest he could be released." And then they say, "This is perhaps one of the most ludicrous suggestions I can remember seeing. Wait 5 years, at the very least, just so a convict brother can attend. Absolutely not. I'm not waiting until my mid-30s to get married if I'm ready at 29. They had their elopement. If the family is so damn insistent, they can hold an anniversary ceremony whenever he's released if OOP is up for that." And then Jana Lee Beans says, "That's the earliest possible scenario. It's very realistic he won't qualify for parole or early release or whatever. So OP would have to wait 5 years and then some, because you just know the family would probably come out with the completely asinine, 'Well, you've already waited this long, what's another 3 years? Now we know how the bro felt entitled to break the law and kill his kid in the process. Also, even if it wasn't the law, why wouldn't you put a life jacket on a literal toddler? My nieces are 10 and they are still in theirs 100% of the time in the water. Not because they can't swim, but because bad things happen all the damn time." Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the OP's brother, again, like I say, I'm sure he didn't mean for that to happen, but his negligence ended up in that happening. And he needs to realise that that means that he's going to have to do the time for what happened. And he's also going to have to take the consequences of what doing that time means. He will miss out on family events. He'll miss out on quite a lot. But it's what happens. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. If you listened along all the way to the end, I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, I'll appreciate you even more. Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.